Good.
All right.
Stupid screenshots.
Are you ready for the episode? Episode. I am ready for this episode. Oh.
It's my O face.
And and we're back. No,
we're not back.
Wow, so much pressure.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Sketchbook Heroes podcast with me, Ilyas.
And me, Robert. Hello.
Yeah, and we're on episode 111.
111.
111.
Yeah.
And on this week's episode, we'll be talking about Inktober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel the pressure.
Exactly. So in the first segment, topic of today is Inktober. Then under Toolies, we'll be talking about how we're going to approach
our setup and
exactly.
how we sort of go about doing shit.
Exactly. And yeah.
Yeah, and then in the retro, we will be talking about the new and exciting Disney Plus.
Exactly. And our first impressions and...
yeah, what we've watched and so on.
And then homework for next week.
Yes. So
we're bringing that back, yeah.
Yes. So stay tuned.
Exactly. And big thanks to everyone who tunes into this show, our little chatterbox. I know we have a few new listeners. And yeah, all we want to say is like thanks for tuning in and
sharing and spreading the word.
And spreading the word, yeah.
It means so much to us, and we see it like, you know, every time we see it, we just light up, and it's fucking the peak of my day.
Yeah, and I actually want to read something that we got sent to us, and this is the reason why the podcast is awesome, because we do it for free.
The reason is you.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yes. Very good. I like that. And this is Sophie Dragon on our Discord. Also, Sophie_Dragon on Instagram. Howdy, my name is Sophie, and I'm a new listener to the Sketchbook Heroes. Like many of you, I'm also an artist, and I focus on character design, illustration, and 2D animation. My dream is to become a full-time animator and continue to develop my art. So listening to the podcast and hearing your achievements and struggles inspires me so much to pursue an art career. Like,
that's why we do it.
That's why we do this.
It's actually not why we do it, but it's
no, but
the
it's
biggest
part
plus
of it. But it's it's one of the biggest side effects of doing anything.
It's
really.
so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it really is the most insane thing when people do write that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it blows my fucking mind, and I say it every time
because it feels like you and me in a room.
Yeah.
With a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
That's it.
We're just sitting here like gathering ass sweat, pretty much. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you reach out and you tell us that we're making a difference, or you feel hopeful or something like that.
Yeah.
And
same with just having Matt shout us this morning as well, Matt Hubble.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but
thanks,
Matt.
He's just like, you know, the best company while drawing. And, you know.
Does he listen?
I didn't even know he was listening to our bullshit, but apparently he does. So, yeah. What up, Matt?
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. And if you don't know Matt Hubble, you should check him out.
Definitely check out his work. Matt Hubble Art.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. And everybody else who shouted us, thank you so fucking much. Yeah. And please continue to shout.
It's the biggest help you can give us.
Especially like your hamster or grandma. Those are like our main sort of focus.
Target audience,
yes, exactly. So really just force them to listen. You know, do that Clockwork Orange thing, but with the ears instead of the eyes, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like tape up the ears. Just
yeah.
That's a thing.
It made sense in my head.
So how are you, dude?
I am good, man. I'm good. I was sort of, well, I want to say I was kidnapped this weekend, but I wasn't. It was planned. Mm-hmm. But it felt kidnapped because I'd kind of forgotten about it. But we went to Uppsala.
Yes. And my wife saw it somewhere.
Of course she did. Oh, yeah. Anna posted stuff. Yes,
there
Anna. It's all about Anna. So I booked this Saturday for myself but every time I check my calendar, I only see it from like the monthly view. So I see all the dots that I am booked. So it didn't register that I was off. So after work on Friday, we took the train to Uppsala and just hung out for the weekend, pretty much. Getting drunk with strangers and seeing a library and a castle and just walked around, being sort of tourists and, just getting away from our apartment.
Yes. Staying
at a hotel, having hotel breakfast, Yeah.
Just that.
Yeah. That was all I wanted. I returned home yesterday very hungover, very bloated, and happy.
There you go. Win-win.
Yes, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, man? How have you been?
Yeah, I'm going to try to do what you guys did. I need to take more time away from home now that everything I do is from home.
Yeah.
Like I've been bitching a lot about, the sort of like it's all good, but it's boring.
Yeah.
But I've done exactly nothing to mitigate that or like change that. Yeah. And for change, you need to do stuff differently. So I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to, I built a gym, which is all awesome when it's not a pandemic.
Yeah.
Because right now I do everything at home. Like I work out at home, I work at home, I sit at home, I'm with my family at home,
Yeah.
And life becomes a bit the same. So now I'm going to, from next week or like after this episode, I'm going to just try to do stuff. Like I'm going to take my workouts for a while outside of my home and like do them somewhere else just to get that started in the morning, just to get out.
Great
And then
idea.
when I get home, I can do the work and then a couple of times a week go out in the evening and do something else. Like, it might be a hike or it might be you just go somewhere, go to the cinema, go,
something.
Like, do something. Like it doesn't matter. I don't think the what the thing is, just that I do something outside, away from my home.
Yeah. No,
maybe from my neighborhood.
And it does make the biggest difference.
I think so.
It really does. Like it feels like the most mundane, or not mundane. It feels like the most normal thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't feel special in that way. But once you do it, you realize how much you missed
it. Yeah.
Being away.
But it's taking things for granted.
Yeah.
It's, like I took riding the train to work for granted.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this trip again, But that was my drawing time. That was my check emails, for my freelance stuff, or like hunting for new stuff to do, fixing with the podcast. That was all done on the train.
Exactly.
And when that disappeared, the podcast, everything just like...
When are you going to fit that into your staying at home life?
Yeah, it's not like routines died.
Yeah, yeah. And that's, again, just the importance of traveling and moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, good idea.
Doing that.
Good.
And
good.
with that said...
Go intro, go!
Go intro!
Go! That was like very... What's it called? Like that poetry form where you're like...
Oh, yeah.
Slam poetry or something.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I was thinking... Yeah, I don't know what that's called, but and the moving. Yeah. Horrible shit.
No, awesome. So good.
Are we back or are we moving on?
I think we are...
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
Back.
Yeah. yes.
So,
we're back.
Let's dive into today's topic. And the topic is Inktober.
Inktober.
So, Robert, what is Inktober? For those that maybe maybe there's like a chance someone doesn't know what it is.
Yes, if there is a chance that you are brand new to the whole Inktober thing. Inktober was created by our good friend, or we don't know him at all, Jake Parker, back in 2009, just because he wanted to sort of focus in and tidy up his artwork. So he decided,
inking, right?
Yeah, his inking, and he does a lot of like comic book type-ish work, and works a lot with ink. Yeah, and he just wanted to be, I guess, faster and tighter, better. Yeah. Yes, all that good Daft Punk stuff. But yeah, so it is pretty much you take the whole of October, and for each day of the month, you create a new piece of art, or in the total of things, 31 pieces of art. Ink. And it doesn't have to be ink. You can do it digitally or sort of any which way you want, really. I've seen people do just graphite stuff as well, which I feel is kind of cheating. Yeah, no, like, it's not cheating, but it's sort of it's called Inktober. Yeah, I know. So ink feels like should be the medium of your choice. But with that said, I've mostly used Copics before. Yeah. So, I mean, is that ink or is that markers?
I started that way as well before I went straight to ink, like.
And I've never gone straight ink. So, yeah. But, that is sort of what Inktober is.
Yeah. And then it grew like hell, basically.
Yeah. And also what he does to sort of make it easier for people is he puts out a prompt list. Yeah. So the official Inktober prompt list, which is what a prompt is just a word for you to use as inspiration or guidance with your daily piece of art. Mm-hmm. So
and they're usually pretty fuzzy. Like it's not like it's usually like fast.
Yeah, or like mermaid. Yeah, or whatever. And you can really do whatever you want with that.
With it, yeah.
Yeah, and then just you utilize the hashtag. You go in and you see.
Yeah, there's a community. Like the hashtag goes live, and you can find a lot of cool new artists, and maybe discover another side of their work that you didn't know before. Yeah. But before we dive into that, I think it's good to talk about the controversy that is Jake Parker.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way. For those of you that didn't follow that
I am one of those. Yeah. I really don't know what the fuss is all about. Yeah. And so, please enlighten me.
I think it's biggest on sort of Twitter and maybe YouTube that I don't follow at all.
Because there was a controversy last year as
well. There was one last year. I'll do both, like quick summaries of both. Yeah. Like I'm not going to deep dive into it. The first one was that Jake Parker didn't want you to use the name Inktober, and that was last year when you release a book, because Inktober is a logo that he created for like
it's his baby.
Exactly. Yeah. And it is like he didn't want you to sort of it's like you don't use Apple's logo because you used an iPad. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. And this is if you publish your own book.
Exactly.
For selling.
And he said that you could write like blah, blah, blah's art Inktober drawings. That is fine. But you can't use, because if you use the logo, then people are going to think that you're part of the company or the people behind Inktober.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense to do that. I mean, it looks good, I guess.
But the thing is that people that don't work with their art as a business don't understand that side of things.
Yeah, of course.
Like Jake Parker doesn't need your drawings. No. Like he just wants the logo, the idea behind it, so he can sell his merch to be part of his company. So you don't use another company's logo for your work. You know, like if I use Procreate, I don't use Procreate's logo to promote my stuff.
No, of course
not.
Like
unless I work with Procreate on a certain piece.
Exactly. Like if it's a mutual understanding or agreement.
It's a commission or something where I would feel like, oh, well, this is a collaboration.
With them. Like, yes.
Exactly. Yes. But if I'm releasing an art book, it would be Ilias Padley's Procreate sketches. That is fine. But I can't use their logo to sort of make it so that it looks like Procreate released my art book. Yeah. Like there's like a subtle difference there. But with that being said, like, that thing, like we don't have all the details, But the problem is this sort of like the mob mentality that happens online with YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of them. Like there's this mob mentality where you read another people's sort of like 2 words on the matter, and then it was all like "fuck you, Jake Parker," and all that stuff, And you don't have all the details. I don't have all the details to this day, and I can't be bothered to waste my life researching that.
No.
But as far as I know, I'm totally like the first thing, the controversy that happened. Like, I totally get it. Like, you can use the hashtag and you can use Inktober to improve your skills, and it's a community thing.
Yeah.
But then again, the guy behind it, if he wants to sell merch and do stuff to support that thing he created all those years ago, that's not a problem. We want to make money on this podcast eventually, but we don't make it off your backs. But
No.
we want to be able, like, I don't want you to use the Sketchbook Heroes logo and sell stuff under it.
No, of course
But you
not.
can definitely mention it in, like in your work if that made a difference for you.
Yeah, we would only appreciate that.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you said, like, the Sketchbook Heroes sketchbook, and then you sold that.
And you hadn't talked to us about it or anything.
Exactly.
Then,
That,
of course,
that-
that's
that-
stealing.
That's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, I feel, what happened with the first controversy.
Yeah. And that's we talked about that last year as well.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
It's just,
It's
logics.
Yeah, exactly. And so don't believe everything you read. And if you can't sort of get all the facts, don't judge the situation because you don't know.
No.
Like, imagine the shitstorm you'd get, like, if you were that popular, like, and people didn't know the facts and they just spewed vomit all over you like that. Like, it can't be
It's
great.
horrible.
Yeah, it must be horrible.
For somebody that's given this thing to all of us,
Yeah,
pretty much.
exactly.
And still keeps pushing it
Yeah.
and doing a thing with it. We just appreciate you, Jake, for doing what you did.
Yeah.
And then
off to the second one.
yes, exactly.
So the second controversy was that, like, Jake Parker's coming out with a book, or if it's out already, I have no idea. And that book looks a lot like another book that's out there on the same type of sort of subject, which is inking.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the other artist's name now. Shit. But this is also like a big YouTuber artist that released a book years ago. And Jake books and his books are very similar.
Yeah.
Jake says that he didn't like do anything on purpose and that they're looking over the whole thing. And the guy made a YouTube video, understandably, about this subject. So I don't know. Like, that's the thing. And it's not cool to infringe on someone else's, stuff and like plagiarize someone else's book and make a similar book yourself. But then again, we don't have the details to judge.
No. And I mean, when it comes to like book layout,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that the first artist that we don't remember the name of,
Yeah.
he probably got inspired by some other book that he saw for the layout of his book. Like, what's to say? How can this person say that it's his original, like, layout? There's only so many ways that you can lay out a book, or
Yeah, but it's
'cause-
about the lessons. They're
okay,
basically
okay.
the same.
yeah,
Like, you change some words, but it looks like the exact same examples, the
okay.
same inking strokes. Like, so I do get where the controversy is coming from. But then again, like, we don't have all the details.
yeah, and we don't have both books in front
We
of
don't
us.
have both books. We don't have anything. And I'm not going to base my sort of assumptions and stuff on comments.
No.
Because I know that, like, when I worked on Candy Crush, we got a shitstorm of, like, when the company decided that we were going to trademark the word candy, which in my head is stupid.
Yeah.
When we read the headlines the next day, when I woke up that morning, and people were like, "Oh, well, their family should die, and I hope they kill their babies," and blah blah blah. Like, like, that's what you get. Like, that is a way too harsh reaction for something that we, like, it was.
You're trying
not
to
only
protect your business.
your business and, like, and how trademarks work and all that. Like, it's more complicated because I think they reacted on, like, King suing a game called Banner Saga
Oh, okay.
Because they were gonna, that was it. They were gonna trademark the words saga and candy, and they were using banner saga. So within copyright sort of, or like trademark rules, like you have to like fight everyone that tries to use the words that you have. You have to sort of like fight or like send them a warning or something.
Resist or
whatever the fuck they're called. I'm butchering the topic.
Desist,
but what you have to do is sort of, is the word contest or like whatever you have to do. You have to sort of like, because if you let one single case pass, they're going to use that against you. Like, oh, well, if they couldn't use it, why did they get to use it? So if they get to use it, then they get to use it. And then
my God,
you sort of lose it.
Yeah.
But that's how...
Yeah.
Like,
but Timmy was using it.
Yeah, but this is
Timmy
law.
did
Like,
that.
you know, like, so I have no idea how this... But it's just like a lot of things. And then they were like, oh, well, everyone that works on that game is like a blah, blah, blah. You know, like, and it's like, goes on a personal level and just goes down to sort of like the people that don't even make decisions. We're just trying to make a living here, making a fun game, you know. And, and that's basically what's happening to Jake Parker as well. And the other artist, like, I hope this, like, it sucks when someone that huge would rip off your work.
Yeah.
And I hope you get like the sort of like, I don't know what to call it, but that everything is being done right by you.
Yeah.
And that Jake Parker, like, if it is a infringement thing, that he sort of owns it, or, you know, like, or proves that it isn't so.
Exactly.
Whatever, like, but what it all comes down to for us on this episode, though, is that we do this for us.
Yeah.
And Jake Parker, I don't know him. The other guy, I don't know him.
No.
And it plays no part in what I'm going to do with Inktober.
No.
Like, for me,
Not
it's
at
a
all.
drawing challenge. Like, it can be Inktober, it can be Drawtober, it can be Drawloween, whatever the fuck it is.
Exactly. And all of those exist.
Yeah, all of those exist, but I don't care. Like, I'm going to do, like, if I want to do watercolors, I'll just do it within this month to sort of grow, like, my skill, but be part of when the community is the most active.
Yeah.
Because it has so many benefits. So I would say if you're not comfortable doing Inktober because you don't know, like, you don't know where to put Jake Parker right now, then don't do that. Like,
No.
but still use the month to sort of like to your own gain. You know what I mean? To sort of like get in touch with the community around it. Because there's a beautiful community, whether you like Jake Parker or not. There's
this
an
really
opportunity.
brings the whole of the artistic world together
under
the same sort of banner here.
Or hashtags.
Hashtags. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing about this. This is why it exists. It doesn't exist for Jake Parker to make money.
No.
It's just a really cool thing for him to finally be able to make some money off of this idea. Like, I'm sure, like, there's probably 50 other people that came up with the exact same idea. He was just the lucky one that sort of got it through and made it into...
And made it grow, yeah.
Yeah, the thing it's become.
Yeah, and then the monster community around it now.
Exactly. So, again, like, we're not here to criticize Jake Parker for any type of shit that he's done or not done.
This is not about Jake Parker for us. Like,
this is
really
all about, like, this one in... sort of contrary to the previous episode, is all about the me. Yeah. This is all about you as an artist growing. Yeah. Growing your skill set and growing your following and growing just in general, because we all grow, I guess. So, yeah. With that intro done of the whole Inktober fest, where do we go from here?
Let me see what we wrote down, because we're so good at planning.
We're so good at, so good at.
Oh, God damn it, I went into the notes. I'm just going to go into my photos.
All right. So, pros and cons. Let's just go into the pros and cons, I think.
Before we do that, we could talk about sort of approaching Inktober.
Yep.
And then we can do the pros and cons.
Yeah.
Because Inktober is a fucking beast. It can be terrifying. It can be, you know, like the most fun you've had art-wise. Like, it can be a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I think that what's going to make it a good experience is knowing what you're going to do going into it.
Yeah.
And
So just in general, how one should approach.
yeah, exactly. And there are like, depending on, I think a lot of like knowing yourself as an artist and sort of what your life looks like today, because Inktober gets stressful. Like, let's not forget that.
No, lest we forget.
Yeah.
Yes. No, this it's real.
Yeah. No, it does get real fast, and then life around like this whole thing makes it super hectic. So planning your Inktober accordingly. Like for me, I can't do prompts. Like prompts for me, like as soon as it says like fast, I'm like, there are so many options.
Yeah.
And I have nothing eventually.
Exactly.
So just like try to keep your drawings like to a minimum.
Yeah.
Like if that's the time you have. Like let's say you're busy, like you have 18 kids and you have work and you have all that stuff, then maybe just drawing a skull, you know, the first day, and then maybe adding to it or something. Like just keep it simple. Like don't think of illustrations. Like Inktober is not about making full illustrations. Some people do that.
That's always, I think, the biggest trap to fall into here, where you go way too big, way too fast. And you sit there just the first night and you're already spending like hours on this piece when you only had like 2 hours to spend.
If you even have 2 hours.
Yeah, if you even had that. And then there's tomorrow. Yeah. And then there's the day after tomorrow.
And then all the other days of that month. Yeah.
And that shit piles up.
Yeah, and you don't get more motivated the more it goes.
No.
So
on the contrary. You go total opposite.
And the more you fall behind, the worse it gets.
Yeah. And you feel that pressure.
Yep.
Yeah. And this is where the social media sort of thing really comes in, sort of tsunami style, if you let it.
Yeah.
But that's also the challenge here. Like that's why, at least I do it, I think, to really sort of rise above it and just, challenge myself to not think about all that shit and just get shit done.
Yeah.
So, all right. So what do people need to sort of focus on or think about when going in? Apart from, look over your whole situation.
Yeah.
How much time can you allocate every day to this piece?
Yeah.
I think that's a good start. At least setting aside like the 1 or 2 hours or whatever you have. Start with that maybe. And then if that's in the morning or in the afternoon or maybe during your lunch break.
I think you're going to need to be flexible with that.
You're going to figure that shit out quick. All right. Apart from that, also, I guess what type of media you're going to be using is good to know.
Yeah, I usually stick with the one I chose.
Yeah.
Because it's easier for me, at least.
And we're going to dive into our setup in the tools segment.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about our setup right now.
So this is just in general.
Yeah. Like I've seen some people, like they have one piece of paper and they just add, like, I think it was Pukan on Instagram, that he was doing like this one art piece on, like he was drawing these little houses. And they were basically like all on the same page.
Oh, okay.
And that was pretty sweet. Like at the end of the month, he had like a couple of pages full of little houses, that he made.
But that's cheating. He only did one thing.
Did one thing, yeah. One piece of paper. So that was a pretty
cool idea.
It was nice. And I've seen like other artists do that as well, where they make this bigger image.
Yeah.
But they, like they break it down in 31 steps, basically.
Yeah, but I think that's a great idea. Like, I wouldn't mind doing something like that myself.
I
that
think
would
it
be
simplifies
really fun.
it because it's already there.
Yeah.
It becomes like part of the whole, and then the image grows within the month.
And if you paint on that picture every day for that month and you finish it at the end of the month.
Like just have one illustration that you need to finish.
Yeah. I love that I said munch instead of month. Anyways. Yeah. So that's a really cool idea. If you're like me and Ilias, then just draw whatever the fuck comes into your head.
That works for me.
Yeah. If that doesn't work, you do have all of these different prompt lists. And those can be a saving grace.
Yeah.
If you keep the thing as fluffy as it actually is. It's not meant to be a literal thing. It's not meant to be like, oh, you need to draw fast.
Yeah.
Because that's what it says. Like that doesn't work. And then you had a cool idea with the alphabet thing.
Yeah. Like that you could take one letter every day, and then just make a fun letter. Like if you're into that, designing a fun letter with like parts illustration and then you suggest you could also use the letter that you're drawing with to add stuff to it.
Exactly. Like, and this is just us spitting out ideas.
Yeah.
Dominus,
that was on the podcast once, he also did that. He was drawing like a piece of weaponry or like weapon, armor. Like every day he would do a new one. So keeping it pretty like simple, like just in pure black. I think he drew them on his iPad, but tried to keep them sort of like inking style, And they were awesome. Like his Instagram feed looked so cool when he was done. With all those armors and stuff. Like, it was so cool. And it was just, like, simple blades and stuff that he thought of.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, like, you could make it so simple. Like, don't overdo it. Don't make full characters if you're not fast or confident in that.
No.
Try to break it down a little. So, learn something, but at a smaller scale.
Yeah.
While you do it.
Maybe do, like, something that is easy to build on.
Yeah.
But still, if you don't have the time, it's an easy thing, like the skull.
The skull thing,
it's the best. You draw a skull, that in itself is a finished Inktober piece. But if you have more time, then you can add stuff to it, like rats or flowers or whatever.
But it could be like Skulltober, you could just draw skulls all month if you want to. Like, it doesn't matter, and then you just do fun things with them.
Which is, I assume, what I will be doing.
Yeah. And it's basically like our friend Nitrous that does the
Scully July.
July, And it doesn't really matter. Like, as long as you have fun with it and sort of engage with the community, there's just like a lot of positives that can come out of it.
Yeah.
If you plan it well.
Do you know what the controversy is regarding like hand sketching stuff and not hand sketching?
But people are just, I don't know. Like,
because I think it actually says on the Inktober website that it's like it's okay.
Oh, yeah. No. I really don't mind how people do it. Like, I don't care how you choose to do it.
I can't draw without sketching first. So, like that.
Like, most things I can't either.
No.
Like, if I do the sort of, like, my style of inking, the sloppy Legend of Zelda stuff, to some extent, I can just go without, pre-sketching. I just
but that's
ink
just
it.
Muscle memory.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah.
But when it comes to drawing new things with that style, everything slows down. You know, like it isn't like if I were to like flip Link around so you saw his face, Jesus Christ, that would be garbage. Like, I've tried a couple of times last year. Like, I think I have 4 or 5 images from last year that are just no. I went back, and I just think, no.
Put him in the bag of dicks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I still haven't finished that goddamn sketchbook. It's been a year now. Like, I thought I was going to wrap it up, and then now I just slow down, and I just don't. I just have, like, a few pages.
Dude.
I could probably wrap it up with this Inktober, but it feels like I've lost because I waited so long.
Well, I just say yes. Yeah, you lost.
Yeah. But yeah, should we go to the... I had one more thing before we go to pros and cons, or maybe that was part of them. Let's see here. Pros and cons. Yes. We said we were going to do predictions.
Yeah.
But maybe that's part of the pros and cons as well.
Yeah, I guess.
So let's try that. Because Inktober is a fun thing.
Yes.
And if we go with the pros first, like, this is a great opportunity for you to grow your following and sort of like get to know some new artists and, like, follow each other's work and stuff if the feeling is mutual.
Yeah.
Without expectations, of course.
Of course.
But it is a great opportunity. And I've managed to grow my Instagram account like every year, both Instagram and Twitter. Like, they've grown with about, I think last year was like a lot. I grew with like 1,400 people.
That's crazy.
I think so, at least.
So good, though.
Or was it? Who cares?
No, I think it was something like that.
It was something like that. Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. And then Twitter was another like 600 or something, that it grew. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you use the hashtags properly and you sort of go in and appreciate other artists that you appreciate for real, like, comment on their
Like,
work.
remember what we've been talking about
on
like
every
it is
episode
still a
up to
community.
this. Yeah.
It's a social network.
Mm.
Use it, but
yeah,
also,
it's social, and that's I think what people
Yeah.
forget. It's not the
it's a give
media;
and take.
it's the social media. You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
be proactive in also checking the hashtag yourself.
yes,
And really, because not only are you gonna most likely get a few new followers if you are active, but also get inspired and see a lot of really fucking awesome stuff.
dude, that is my favorite part with Inktober.
Yes.
Is just seeing what people come up
This
with.
is my new Christmas.
Yeah.
But it's every day for 31 fucking days.
Mhm.
It's so good. Not that I don't get any gifts. You get what I mean.
No, but it is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's such a great opportunity to grow because the hashtag Inktober and, whatever else is out there, whatever you choose to do, like, they are active. People are posting to those hashtags daily. They're going back, checking them.
Yes.
And it's such a great opportunity to be there and be seen,
Yes.
Yes. And it's just invest time in that. Like, really do it because it's really good.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else that is like a pro?
Well, for me, it is more the inspiration and
part.
motivation.
Yeah, like
But
starting
that
off.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly.
think it's in the beginning. It's
Yeah.
like a super.
Because that works both ways.
Yeah.
It really does. We'll get to that soon.
Mhm.
Another positive good thing is also getting sort of new tools. Like when you go in and start seeing what people are doing and you really most people like they normally write in the description or in the comments
Or have their tools in the
what
image,
they use and stuff. And sometimes you find things that you didn't even know about. Like, well, Ilias has the best example of the parallel pen. Like, I didn't know anything about that until he started using that for Inktober and really being very proactive with that piece of tool. And that's just one of all of the examples. So that's another really cool thing. And then again, just trying to stay social and being a little bit more active.
I think you need to do that. At least like when you post your work, like for the next hour, invest a bit of time in sort of commenting and going about checking what other people are doing.
Yeah.
And then after that, you don't have to do shit.
No.
Like once
No.
you've invested like the drawing time and
Like-
I would say don't post until you can be there to sort of like
At
be
least
active.
be active
Yeah.
for like half an hour. Yeah.
whatever you can spare. Like if you can only do 20 minutes of sort of activity after you post, that's fine.
Yeah.
As long as you're there for a little while to sort of socialize a bit.
Yeah.
And don't make it about your artwork.
No.
You know what I mean?
Don't
like,
be the check my gallery person.
oh man, I saw that in Kina's comments
of
just
course.
recently when
Yeah.
I went into comment. I was like, oh, here's a comment. And then like,
Of course.
garbage,
Oh my God.
rubbish
Go
people.
get a life. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so be awesome.
Be awesome. Yes. What else are we thinking of
Like on the
pros?
positive
Yes.
side, like I don't know, like for me, something that I enjoyed at least last year was that I found new rendering techniques to sort of improve my inking.
Yeah.
Because now when I go back to the early sketches that I did last year, they're so bad, and I remember like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I love that my brain thought they were cool when I made them because now they're shit. Like, no, but some of them are so empty.
Yeah.
And in my head, they were so sort of like rendered and, like, no, that comes later. And they're not even that great anymore. But it's just that I'm so happy that my brain sort of fools me or like that I'm at that state where I'm like that it encourages me to continue, because if I saw that it was shit when I started, I would not have continued normally, but it was good enough at that time to fool me to sort of continue developing that style.
Yeah.
So like I like figuring out how to draw rocks or waterfalls or water or, whatever the fuck else I did. And like those things for me made Inktober fun. Like it was, oh my God, okay, I'll try that.
Exactly.
Because I knew I couldn't do characters. So I had to figure out how to make the backgrounds fun.
Yeah. And that's it's kind of relates to what I was saying as well. But you don't like with Inktober, you don't even need to go into Pinterest to find sort of the stuff you want to do. You just go into the hashtag and scroll a bit, and you'll see somebody that's done sort of water. If you want to do water, and you're like, oh, how did they do it?
Yeah.
And you get inspired and tweak and make it.
And
your
that's
own
basically what we talked about as well. Like looking how your favorite artists are doing something, and then take what works for you that you mentally understand and can adapt to your style.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you've solved water.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
You
now I
made
can draw
water.
Yeah.
You are God.
You are God. and that's a really good way to sort of like, because sometimes I get stuck in the way that I do things, and then I see an artist like, oh, they just do that, and it kind of works. And then you try it out, and you're like,
like fucking fuck.
Yeah. And, sometimes I can, when I'm unsure of something, I'll go to the back of my sketchbook and start sort of like practicing to draw it. Like the owl character that I have, the owl griffin, like I have pages and pages of sketches, and they just look borkin, like it's so borked that it's insanely like bad. And I've just been drawing at the back there, just trying to sort of understand how people break down animal anatomy and stuff, and then I have to like translate it into ink as well.
Yeah.
And then when I feel confident, that when I've drawn maybe the same pose a couple of times, then I'll go back to my sketchbook and start doing straight inks again.
Yeah. And that's really impressive and time consuming.
But the thing is, my sketches are super fast. You need to remember that last year, the longest Inktober took, I think one of them took like 1.5 hours, but most of them were like 30 minutes to 40 max. The shortest was 15 minutes.
That's perfect. Like that's really what you should be aiming for.
Yep. So pull down the complexity, because my images weren't complex. They just had a lot of ink on them.
Yeah. No, that'll be my downfall for sure. All right, so let's switch it up
to cons.
Cons. Let's go cons.
There are a lot more cons and traps to fall into.
Yes,
I think when it comes to Inktober, the poorer you plan, like within bunny ears, us, the worse you're going to be off.
Yeah,
we say a lot of things, but we're going to do maybe half of them.
Probably none.
None.
Yeah. No, and definitely the thing that we brought up earlier, the getting discouraged rather than being motivated.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest things. You're going to have the ups and you're going to have the downs, and they're going to be sort of, you start off good, strong, and then by day 2, you're going to hate yourself.
I think so too. I think everyone's going to have, like, the first one is going to be pretty good, and then you're never going to be able to live up to it on the second day, or you'll have a couple of days where it goes really well, and then suddenly it doesn't.
And it just drops.
Yep.
And then you're like, I don't even want to see the sketch pad, or I don't even want to see the iPad. I don't want to see anything to do with fucking ink or drawing or that hashtag ever again. But you still have 28 more days.
20 more. And I think that is going to be your biggest problem.
Yeah.
Like comparing it to your own work. Or like posting it on Instagram where you're like, oh my God, that turned out really good. And then start seeing all the good, like whatever you consider good coming in.
Yeah.
And your work is going to look so flat compared to that.
Yeah, it just disappears in the whole...
Yeah.
sea of hashtag madness.
Yeah, try not to compare. Remember, you're doing this for you. So like with that first sort of, like it's going to be so overwhelming.
But that's a pro that we sort of jumped past, the gain that you get from this.
Like in what way? How do you mean?
Because you're going to be drawing for 31 days straight, hopefully, if you can do it.
But that's what I meant. Like
it's going to give you more speed, more accuracy, a better understanding of just shapes in general.
Yeah,
anything
that's true.
Like,
and improve your line work maybe.
Yeah, like there's going to be a huge improvement here. Like this month is sort of like intensive training.
But I think that depends on how you do it.
Yeah.
Because if you're more like a daredevil, then just jump into it and be crazy with it and try stuff, you're going to be like, oh, I fucked up, but I learned this.
Yeah.
Because I think on the second or third day last year, I drew a waterfall, and I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? And it turned out, like, okay.
Yeah.
but it made waterfalls later on awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I tried it. Like
You opened that door.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's worth being a bit crazy.
Yeah. No, I'd say go for broke.
Yeah.
Really, like that's the best way to do it. Then pull it back and then slowly build back up.
Yeah.
Maybe. But all right, going back to cons, I just wanted to say that in because I felt like we didn't talk about the actual artistic skill
growth,
gain.
yeah.
But yes, so when you go into that hashtag, you're gonna go and probably see the top 9 or whatever, first.
Yeah.
And you're gonna just wanna die.
Yep. Like I hate that when I make something and then I go online.
Yeah.
And it makes my work flat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I see someone else's work and
you're like, how did they do this?
Yeah, how did they do this? Why does mine look garbage?
Yeah.
But that is, like, again, whatever you're seeing in their work at that moment, try to not be discouraged and try to see it as okay, what are they doing, like, compared to my work, that, like, makes it so much better?
Yeah.
And then try to sort of emulate whatever the fuck is missing and add it to your work, like, for the next time.
Exactly.
Because you can't save,
No.
what you have right now. So really, really try to do that.
Yeah. With every negative, there is a positive.
Yep.
You can always find something
Yeah,
awesome
and I think you need to choose to see it that way.
Yeah, exactly. Again, the whole glass half empty, glass half
full. Yes, that one.
Yes, the glass should always be half full, like always.
Okay, more cons. Let's do this.
All right.
Burning out super fast.
Yes, and overachieving.
Overachieving, yes. Like those two, I guess, go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like where you're like, yeah, I'm going to tell a story like this guy did here, right here. Yeah. No. Keep it simpler.
Yeah.
Like I would say use this to explore telling a story later.
Yeah.
But use this to do smaller increments of that story or like your project, whatever the fuck it is. Just like do this is his hat. This is his face. No,
yes.
But just like break it down so that you can actually achieve it within half an hour if that's all you got. Like, because I think a lot of us, we do one good drawing and then we think we're going to keep that up for, all the days.
Yes. Another con could be that you decide to try liquid ink and a brush. And
which is fine,
yeah,
but
that's
expect
awesome.
it to suck.
Exactly. You're not going to be producing really awesome shit from the get-go.
Unless you're that guy.
And
you're 17.
Exactly. Or 13. Or like
whatever
7.
the fuck you are.
Yeah. Man. Of course. See? It's already begun. But, yeah. So, if you're trying some new sort of tools, give yourself time to
actually learn tools.
them,
or see Inktober,
as that sort of
that learning time.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Like you'll always be learning, but this is sort of like I picked up a pen for the first time.
Exactly, set the bar thereafter.
Yep,
sort of.
like
don't fucking go art germ and
like don't expect to be really good.
No,
like if you are, that's good for you.
Yeah, really good. I hate you.
But yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But try to sort of rein your enthusiasm a bit.
Yes.
But still do it. Like go crazy with it.
Of course.
Suck and embrace it, basically.
We're all for that. Yeah. Yes, we're all for the suck.
And the brace.
And the brace.
Suck brace.
And brace?
Suck braces.
Suck braces.
I don't know where it is. Moving on from that con and going to the next con.
Yes. So other cons.
What else do we have?
Try to avoid painting with liquid inks in front of your pets. Because they will fuck it up for you.
Almost like little kids.
Yeah, also that. No, really, make sure that you are undisturbed and get to focus during this, whatever hour or the time that you set aside. And also be adamant about that time. Don't give leeway, and like, no, I'll just do 2 tomorrow. Because those 2 tomorrow is going to become 3, 4, 16.
Yep. Rather do something small.
Yeah.
Like I made a star.
Get it done.
Yeah. Just do something.
Exactly. And this is where I always say dinner before dessert. Like this is in its most practical form. Inktober is dinner. You got to have dinner before you get dessert. Dessert is everything after Inktober. If you want to watch that movie, dinner first, right?
Yep.
So be adamant about your time. Really focus. Do this. It's only a quick fucking sketch.
Yeah.
Right? Don't fuck it up. Mm-hmm. This is really me telling myself. Like every time I get this serious voice, this is just me trying to
note to self, basically.
Yes. Because I know how easy I derail from the task. So, yes.
Also, a con that maybe comes a lot later is the sort of emptiness that comes after this whole like endeavor.
Yes.
Or like for some it might come, like 3 days in.
Yeah.
Or you know, like you go so hard like trying to get into Inktober and deliver every day and be social media this and social media that you sort of like you just burn the candle at both ends and then you're empty.
Yes.
So try to sort of like take that time.
Yes.
If you end up there, like if you totally underestimate the amount of pressure that Inktober is, because I think that is like there's so much pressure doing this challenge.
Yes.
When there shouldn't be.
Exactly.
But we all want to sort of like shine. Yeah. We all want to post cool shit.
Of course.
Nobody wants to post like shit.
No.
Online.
No. There needs to be a cool in front of the shit.
The shit. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Otherwise, it's just shit.
It's
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
The worst.
The worst. But yes, then.
But I don't know.
Of course, the aftermath.
Yeah.
And I think we'll cover more of the aftermath
later in the aftermath.
In the aftermath, yes.
I don't want to dive into that, but
no, but
like,
there is
but it is
the
a
emptiness.
Cone, yeah, but there is a
because you've done this. Well, hopefully you have done this. You managed to get through this ordeal, and then what?
Yeah,
like what's next?
Yeah.
And that emptiness, and
there's a lot of emptiness coming right up.
Yes, and so comes the darkness and all of this good stuff
but
here too.
Let's leave the pros and cons and just predictions for ourselves.
All right.
Like how many? Like because we've said a couple of things that I think I'm gonna fall for.
Yeah.
Again,
me too.
Knowing this because we've done Inktober basically since it started.
Yeah, I've made it through once.
Yeah. I've made it through once, and I sort of didn't I didn't do it on time, but I did finish the 31 drawings.
And that's also something to keep in mind that you don't have to make it in time. Like seriously, this
it's fine.
Again, it's for you.
Yeah.
See it more as the challenge of just creating the 31 pieces of art. So it's okay, Elias, that you didn't finish.
Thank you.
On time, but I did.
I came up with a fun thing watching your T-shirt.
Oh, nice.
If you want another take on Inktober, you can take famous movie logos like Jurassic Park,
yes,
and then
a nice T-shirt.
Yes, it is. It is a very nice T-shirt.
Comics Heaven.
No, but I'm thinking that you could take like famous logos like that. Jurassic Park is very sort of recognizable, and then do whatever the fuck is your style and like. Fuck around with those, like make little spoof logos of those logos as inspiration, because then you always know what to draw.
Yeah.
You just need to sort of come up with a stupid sort of like
logo
or like make the dinosaur into candy. Whatever the fuck is your thing.
I did that for my hamster.
Oh, you did?
So,
yeah. No, but that's what I mean. Like take it and make it something that how you would sort of recreate that logo for, with your style or whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
like,
that's
keep it
a
simple.
great idea too. Yeah, just to make it as simple as possible for you to go in knowing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a great thing. So you don't have to waste that 1 hour sitting there staring at that blank piece of paper, because that is another con that we really,
I think I will fall for that one.
Yeah,
like
me
that
too.
is like
Me
if
too.
we're gonna do predictions, I'm not gonna know what to draw.
Same.
Because I'm gonna plan nothing.
Same.
Because not planning for me, or like not planning the subject, because I don't have 31 things I want to draw.
No.
And I'm like the prompt stressed me the fuck out.
Yes.
But maybe I should try them because I say they stress me out, but I've never used them.
Same.
Especially not with this like inking style that I have now.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there's something I can do with that.
Yeah.
So might check into that. But like I think I will fall into this though. This is one of the most common traps for me. Like standing there, sitting for too long, thinking.
Do you predict that you will finish Inktober? Yes or no?
The thing is, I'm so conflicted with Inktober this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wanted to do it a couple of months ago, but now I'm sort of like into my iPad.
Yeah.
But I think I will do it traditionally just because it's fun as well.
But
I'm so tired.
Yes,
I'm just
yes or no. That's all I want.
Fuck. Yes.
Yes. Good. Yes. Me too. Yes.
But I'm not confident.
No.
But yes.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I don't want any fucking excuses. I just wanted a yes or a no.
Yes.
And this is the prediction.
But
if we're gonna live up to this or not, you'll have to stay tuned.
Yeah.
We're gonna
In
try
5
to.
weeks, yeah.
We're gonna try to keep you updated every week.
Yeah.
Seeing as we're all in this together.
Yeah.
And
So
I think like I'm not going to talk about what I'm going to be using and doing, but I think I'll probably make it to like somewhere around 10-15 halfway mark.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it's going to go like
Slow.
I'll like slam into the wall and like something is going to happen. I'm not going to be able to like have a good flowy flow with all of it.
Yeah. I think I'll get to
sometime around there.
Yeah, because I usually at 15 to 18.
Yeah, that's always
That's
like
somewhere where I
start.
start to sort of like
Crash.
the motivation disappears.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the pressure keeps building up. Maybe that's when I start sort of falling behind.
Yeah.
Because I think the week before last year we had an event on the 26th or 24th.
27th, right?
Yeah, whatever the fuck it was. No, that's when we started the podcast. I think.
25th.
25th, yeah.
Yeah,
no, it was salary. Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. Those 5 days, like 20th to 25th, I got none done.
Yeah.
Like, I just got immediately 5 days behind prepping for the event.
I didn't even touch Inktober last year.
Yeah.
Like, I just said no.
Yeah.
Because I just gotten back from Australia. I was like...
Weak.
Yeah. I just want to get back into sort of living
Life.
again.
Yeah.
So I just said no. That's why I need to actually do it. I need to finish it, no matter the cost. But I know I can do it. Like, I draw shit every fucking day. I can easily do this. I just need to motivate myself to do it. I don't know.
If you posted just your daily work, you'd be fine.
That's also a thing, yeah.
Just like Inktober every day for a year, motherfuckers.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It's
fucking... You do Inktober
it's
for
ridiculous.
a living.
Yeah. When you say it like that, it just feels
And for those of you that are new, Robert's a tattoo artist. Just in case you didn't know.
Yes. So
he's really like...
I do draw every single day, pretty much.
You should just have the Inktober logo on everyone's skin.
Nice.
Traded, Jake Parker.
Yeah. Like you get 100 crowns off if I get to tattoo this extra thing on you. Or just do 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
But yeah, no.
Well, other predictions, like where do you think you're going to go wrong? Like I'm going to stare at the paper. I'm going to...
100% me too. I'm going to run out of ideas before I even get started.
Yep. Already there.
I have this one idea where I would like to do like have one song for each day of the thing. And I think I'm just going to do that sort of for myself. But then if people want to do like get that inspiration and work with me there.
Songtober.
Yeah, something like that. So just like a random song. I will I'll post it with every piece I do, I think, because I draw in the mornings now. So with
that is good.
Every post, I will like do the story and add the song with the story.
Cool.
So that's a challenge for myself, and also sort of a carrot to like, remember you need to do this.
Yep.
Yeah. Again, predictions. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. I think one thing that I'll do really good is the socializing.
Yeah.
So
You're just gonna socialize and not draw shit.
Draw shit, yeah. No, but I think like I'll get a lot more followers. Let's actually check what we have. Like,
yeah, I think this is good.
This is gonna be fun for statistics, because
just so and then we'll only today and after Inktober.
Yeah, the wrap up episode.
Yeah, no in betweens.
I don't know what I have as a follower count today.
Let's see.
Like, follower counts are not important, but it's fun to see what you can do with something like this.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to check my personal account, not the Sketchbook Heroes one.
Yeah. All right. So for me on my Instagram, Rob Ekblom, I am currently at 4,847 followers.
Cool.
And this, remember also that the gallery starts tomorrow. Like, well, with you hearing this, it's been out the full week. I'm cutting all this out. But I also had that, and I didn't remember that. So maybe I'll get a few extra followers from the AMP.
Yeah, but that's good. Those are
posters thing. But I will count those anyways.
Yeah, no, I think you should count everything that comes in.
Okay, good. So 4,847 for Robert.
Okay, cool. And mine is Ilias Patlis on Instagram. And I have 6,367, like, when this comes out, or right now at least. I don't know what I have when this comes out, but that's what I have.
Yeah.
Let's see where we end up at the end of Inktober. Like, who knows?
Who knows?
But
maybe we'll only have like 2 more followers.
Yeah. Like, you've gained 500 followers, but I have 14 less.
Yeah.
Because that's basically Instagram
that
for me.
Too.
Yeah, dude, that is Instagram all the time.
Same.
Like, how is that not a meme?
Exactly.
Like, maybe it is a meme.
It probably is.
It is insane. That's how social media works for me. Like, it's like, oh, you've gained 3 new followers. And they're like, but I have less followers. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But we'll try to revisit that later on. Other traps. Yeah, we said that we were going to draw until day 15 to 18 and then fuck it up.
Yeah.
Or, like, life will throw us a curveball.
Most likely. As far as I know, I don't have anything coming up to sort of go in between me and Inktober.
I'm hoping that doing
life.
Inktober from home will help.
Exactly. It's a little bit more of something to do.
But the trap for me, actually, now that I think about it, is that I'm starting a new project sometime the end of this month at work.
No, but that's also good because then you're like active.
No, that's stressful.
No, just keep that momentum. So you just, instead of like...
So never stop.
Exactly. Yes. The sketchbook motto. Yeah. And I mean, for me, it's like, I already see the calendar is like, it's slowing down a bit when it comes to clients. So I'll have like more time, which will mean I will procrastinate so much more, which means by, 15-ish, there will be no posts.
Okay, let's see how that goes.
All right. So that's the pros and cons. That's the early predictions. That is pretty much everything that we know about Inktober, with and without talking shit about Jake. And all right. Let's should we move on to Toolies and talk about our setup?
Yeah, let's talk about our shit now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the me.
Yes.
Fuck this community thing.
Fuck it all. Moving on.
Ah!
Yes. Woo! It's so good sound effects.
And then that actual
It's
thing.
funny how you always do that pretty much.
Yep.
When we have it. Like we have it. I need to cut all that out.
Yep. No, I have no idea. Fuck it.
Yeah, we're back.
Toolies.
Yeah. All right. So this toolie is a little bit more special, I guess. This one is...
I'm Benjo.
We all know.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for finally coming out.
Coming out as special.
Yes.
That would be the best. Like, hi everyone. I just want to say that I'm special, and then there's just that, and like,
what would that be like the equivalent of like
being an asshole?
No, you come out of the closet if you're homosexual.
Yeah.
Is it like coming out of a garbage can or
like? Oh, you mean
like what
this
would you say?
Be? But if you're a douchebag and coming out like, hi, I just realized everyone that I'm special. Like that's what you go like. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Total derail. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah,
Inktober, y'all.
Yeah.
Our setups.
Our
like,
setups.
What are we gonna do for Inktober? What is sort of our thinking in approaching it personally?
The worries
this year?
and all
and the tools and the stuff,
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, pretty much focusing on the tools, but also how we go about trying to fucking pull through.
Yeah, it is a hard thing.
It is.
And it gets super stressful for me,
Yes.
even when I
even
only spend
like
15
talking about
minutes.
it now, I am already like getting the sweats.
Yes.
All right, let's go you first.
Oh shit, me first.
Yeah, you
I was
first.
hoping you first.
I know.
Okay. God damn it, I was prepared for you first.
But you're special.
But I'm special, yeah. Since I came out as special, life has been really
Congrats.
special. Yeah.
You go first.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to skip the whole link thing. I say now.
Yeah.
Also might predict that I don't skip it.
So you're doing Zelda now instead.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
nice.
So, but the fun thing with the link was that it was Link Inc. You know? Linking Park. No, just kidding.
Linktober.
Link Inc. Park.
Yeah.
He's in the park. But no, seriously. I'm going to do Oppa and Brim. So for those of you that don't know, I have a character called Oppa. She's a little girl born out of magic, and she's
technically Jesus.
Exactly. And she has this little like owl hoodie outfit with little feathers and shit. And I just decided that she has the arm that is covered by the feathers thing is actually more of like anthropomorphic, like bird / hand,
So
like a claw.
Talons and
Talons, but like fingers and talons, basically.
Ooh.
Yeah, some mix.
Nice.
So
be
I've
fun to
decided
ink.
that,
Yeah, good.
Yeah, no,
good
but it's
for-
super simple with the way that I ink.
Mm-hmm.
Sloppy shit. And then her companion Brim, that is an owl griffin that saved her somehow in the past when she woke up through however she came to be, and is her little companion. And I'm just going to be drawing them basically like I did the Link stuff last year, but I'll try to keep it a bit simpler than I did last year because some of them got super complicated, and I hate drawing the same thing because I'm super tired of the whole Link thing.
Yep.
But
So why are you choosing to do this if you are super tired of doing?
because
sort of
I
that thing?
want to develop the characters, and I want to be able to draw them in ink.
Yes.
So therefore, I will draw them in ink.
Yeah.
And on days where I am stressed, like my tactic is to make them further away.
Yeah.
So I take them down. I take down the complexity. I move
Simplify
them,
everything.
Simplify, yeah,
Mhm.
and then just move them further along, or like
the
further away.
Artistic version of a Navy SEAL. Simplify.
Simplify. That's the word.
If anybody got that, I don't know. Yeah. So
It was fun though.
So stupid.
Let's not explain it.
Nope.
But just like simplifying the fuck out of it on days where I need to move faster, and then spend more time on the days where I feel I have time and I'm having fun with it.
Cool.
And,
And that would be like, just thinking of prompts and that sort of thing, it would be kind of fun to implement the prompt.
I was
like,
gonna
have
try
that as
that. Yeah, I
a-
was
a
gonna
theme.
try that
How did like,
because I've never done the prompts. But then
but
again,
with the characters and
Yeah.
them having the prompt, maybe that would be easier.
maybe. So I'll try that.
That
Like,
could be
I'll
that could be
check.
fun. An added challenge.
Yeah, I don't need an added challenge. But
Okay, in terms of toolies then.
no,
like-
before we go to tools,
Okay.
the only thing I don't know what to do this year is how to make it different.
Yeah.
Like, because
Maybe switch up, like, because that's why what I wanted to get to, I guess, was, are you still doing the purpose thing?
yeah,
Because, like, another way to switch it up would be to maybe go just normal white background. Like, take a new book, you know, a different piece of paper, something like that to make it different. That's going to make it different.
I can try that. I can do one like pre-Inktober and just see, to try it out if I find a paper that is satisfying.
But just to sort of break the mold that you've had.
But then I can't use the whites, and then it sucks.
Yeah.
But I save time, but it sucks.
Maybe.
But I'll try it.
Or what you do before, so you take white paper, but you gray wash it.
That's the problem. If I gray wash it, then the water ink thing spreads.
No, I mean you pre-gray wash it, like the whole thing, and then let it dry in time for Inktober.
I'm never gonna do that.
No.
Yeah.
But,
you mean do more
yeah,
work?
I'm just giving you great ideas to skip.
Great ideas.
Yeah. Oh.
Great ideas. But yeah, no. I'll try the paper thing though. Maybe see if I can find something else. I have a lot of paper.
Yeah, I mean it's just a thought.
I have a gray sketchbook.
That would be really dope.
But I don't know. Yeah, if the ink sticks on that properly, because it bleeds.
Yeah.
In some different paper types, we'll see. Gray might be cool.
It
is the Hanmule Gray book.
Hanmule.
Yeah, well, however you fucking say that.
I don't know.
German
I've never tried them.
German bastards.
I've never
that
tried
we love.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, but tool-wise, same as last year. I'm gonna have the Uniball Signo for my whites, and then the Pilot Parallel pen.
Parallel.
And I have a lot of different inks for that pen, and I have 3 pens.
Are you gonna add
different thickness?
A color maybe?
I used to do the red, but I didn't like it.
No.
No.
Maybe
now that I
on
went
the white.
back. What?
Maybe that'll look good on the white.
Maybe.
White background.
Try it.
Red pop.
Pop-a-da-pop.
Pop-a-da-pop.
Slap the pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, I'll try some stuff before I get into it and see where I end up. Like, maybe I won't stick to the pen. But starting off, basically the same setup as last year.
Yeah.
I just changing the focus from link to something I can use, like make an art book out of, or like for me. Yeah. You know, like I can do stuff with it. And
I think that's the best idea ever.
Build a community around my own characters rather than an established thing I can't do anything with.
Yeah. I think that's awesome.
But not going to tell a story. I'm just going to practice.
I mean, you will be telling a story whether you want to or not.
Yeah. But I'm not going to make it sort of like...
It's up to us what the story is.
Yeah. Because last year I tried to tell a story. Like, eventually I got into like, okay, well, Link went to the island. The boat crashed.
You wrote the...
No, I didn't write. I just... I did write. Yeah, fuck, you're true. Yeah, I just told it in text. Yeah. But then, I'm not going to do that. Fuck that. Writing takes a lot of time.
Yeah. Ain't nobody got time for that.
That is what, like, my first initial thoughts on going into this is try to keep it simple. Like, if I only draw the characters one day, that'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Or just one of them even, like, trying to flesh them out.
I mean, I know you can do it. Like, this is your cup of tea now. Like, you got this. Mm-hmm. And it'll be really interesting to see which way you go, because it's always easy to say stuff. Like, because now this is still sort of predicting and just hoping.
But characters are hard. Like in that inking style, I've tried drawing characters and I fail and fail and fail and fail.
This is why you're going to do this. You're going to fucking do this. You're going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. All right. My predictions or my toolies, because I always draw traditionally when it comes to this type of thing, I will be doing it digitally.
Oh, cheater.
Yes. No, I have like a mission to become better at inking digitally. I never get that soul that I want in my images when I do digital stuff.
But it's so much easier.
It is so much easier, but it's that I think that's why I'd never get the feel that I want.
But maybe you don't give it enough time either to sort of develop that.
Yeah. No, definitely that. Like I never do. I give up straight away, and then I just print out the sketch and I ink it by hand if I want it. Just
put it back into the
light table. Yeah, then I take a picture of it and then I print it out. Like it's so stupid.
I will kill you.
Yes,
that sounds terrible.
Yeah, no, but that's how I actually do a lot of the tattoo stuff. So there you go. No, so I don't have like any goals of developing my own brush or doing anything like that. I just want to do really cool, awesome ink-like sketches in Procreate.
Yep.
and there's no real set theme. Like I don't have a character like you do or anything like that. When you were talking about it, I was sort of thinking maybe I should do something with my story.
Yeah.
And try to just, I don't know, maybe do, what's it called? Storyboards or something like that connected to that story. But then, no. Just, I think I'll go more like tattoo flash, like tattoo ideas. Because I want to do more of that, what's it called? Like copper plate type etching looking ink. Tattoo styles. When I'm cross hatching and hatching type of work, those really old sort of biblical book type illustrations.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would love to do more of that in tattoos, and the best way to get to do that is to have them drawn, and then you just post them saying, "This is what I want to do."
Yeah, who wants to do this?
Yeah, and then hopefully people will want the Inktober flashes.
Mm-hmm.
So
cool. That would be awesome.
That would be really cool.
That would be super cool.
I have done like the 1 year that I did finish Inktober, I've done a few of them as tattoos. So one on myself actually. So I mean that's always a good incentive to keep doing it, because that will maybe generate some money and fun stuff, for me to tattoo in the future as well. So it's good connected in that way, I guess, with work and private life. Because that is going to be the biggest struggle for me, again, with the predictions that we had, that, once I am done with the drawing work-wise, I don't want to see any fucking drawings or anything that's sort of related to work at all. I just want to stare blindly into the fucking television until I die and then wake up the next morning and do it all over.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, exactly. So with this, it's better for me to see it as work again, like we talked about earlier. That everything I have to do, I see as work, and that's the only way I get it done. And with this, it's gonna have to be that. Like I still have that one sketch to do. Like I still have that client waiting for that tomorrow or later today or whatever it is. And then who knows? Maybe I'll have one of those awesome days where I get to create like 2 or 3 or 4 Inktobers like in the one day. That would be really nice to sort of have a little bit of extra time and maybe even finish ahead of time. But no, that's not going to happen. But yeah, so in terms of tools, I'm going to keep it super simple. I'm just going to have the same format on the iPad, like A5 size or something, and sketch it up quick and then try to ink it more professionally and slowly but surely more advanced type of hatching, cross-hatching. So that's what I want to focus on. And then, again, we'll see where it goes. I'm sure I'm going to be switching halfway through and do it traditionally because I just feel more comfortable doing it. But I want to push myself here again, trying to evolve in my Procreate skills. And, I mean, that's pretty much it.
But I think as well, for anyone thinking of using another medium than ink, whatever you choose to do that. Like if you want to learn another medium, utilize that, like
just black watercolor would be cool, right?
I think that kind of qualifies as well, like
because it is similar to ink.
Just like have fun with it and enjoy the community that's sort of wakes up during Inktober, basically.
Hopefully we haven't scared you off of this thing of our negative thoughts.
No, but I'm just thinking like the more you know about yourself going in, like sure, you'll fall into some of your habits. Yeah. But being aware of it, you might be able to mitigate some of them or like be proactive about like, okay, well, I suck at this. Maybe I should do this to sort of, like not go in there empty-handed. Yeah. So just having like a couple of thumbnails sketched out already, like if you start, like when this comes out, you have a couple of days. Like why not, like sketch out the first week
or
like,
even the plan.
Yeah, like
the week.
whatever the fuck you have to do that week, just have something ready. Like it can be a written idea, it can be, like just simplify, be specific of what you want to do when you get there. And then it's going to be so much easier than sitting there trying to come up with anything.
Yes.
Like, okay, I can choose anything.
There you
That's
go.
when like crickets.
Blankness.
Yeah, exactly.
You know that scene in The Matrix before all the weapons come in? Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Yeah,
Like-
yeah. Fuck.
We need guns, but it's like, I need prompts. I need
Yeah,
lots
and
of prompts. Yeah.
I love that
vast-
scene in The Matrix.
vast
It always
emptiness.
reminds me of Pen Store. Like, when the shelves come in, it's just pens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's also one of the best things, like in terms of the Inktober prep, when you go to like Pen Store, Maton,
Yeah, just to
Creatima,
buy stuff.
any
Just-
your local art store, and just you buy the book, like your Inktober book, and you buy the inks or whatever it is.
Yeah, like the new sketchbook.
and then you
everything.
never just use them, never. But just the feeling of doing that always like it just feels so good. I love that, which is the sad part about drawing it digitally this year. But I'll probably go and buy a sketchbook. Anyways.
Go buy a new
Yeah.
iPad just for Inktober.
I need to buy a shell for my phone though. Like it actually fell off. It was so old that my telephone shell
Oh shit! Like it broke.
it fell apart in my hand.
That's nice.
So that's
Quality.
That's how old my phone is now. It feels so weird having just the phone. Like I need some rubber protection on it or something. Yeah, there you go. Good derail with my phone. All right, so I think that covers our
yeah. Like our
toolies and the setup that we.
Yeah, and then tune in next week to sort of follow up on this and see sort of
How it's going.
how it's going
Yes.
and what changes we've made to adapt to our stupidity and
Yes.
our, like shortcomings,
Yes.
all of the shortcomings.
So we will be updating you every week. Just just so that you know that we are suffering with you.
Oh man, yeah, this is not going to be a breeze for us. Like, I know I'm going to start off like last year, and since I'm doing something that I am good at to some extent, like
Yeah.
within some subjects that I'm going to be drawing.
Yeah.
But then again, once I've done all the simple ideas and no more simple ideas are coming to mind, I'm going to start making things complicated and I'll start suffering with the rest of you. Also, I'll probably hate everything I've created. Like,
but that's a given.
Yeah.
That's 100%. I think maybe if I'm lucky, I'll do one thing that I'm like, yeah, this is pretty cool.
mm-hmm.
But then the rest of the 30
Yeah.
is just going to be like,
I think I have one that I can look at sometimes and just like, yeah, this actually still holds up. But a lot of them, like when I go back, it's just like, how did I think this was cool or like good or
yeah,
just
anything.
so annoying?
I know. Yeah. But no, it's going to be really fun to sort of, because now that we actually have this on record to sort of
Yeah.
go back and compare and see, where we are in this, like in a month,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, in a month we'll sort of summarize, but I guess like we won't summarize anything like until the end of
No.
like the Inktober.
Exactly.
And-
like we're just going to talk about how the setup is going.
Yeah, and
Sort of if I've stayed with the digital or if
Yeah.
I've switched or if you've switched from your character
Yeah,
to
yeah.
something totally different. Just that stuff.
and the struggle for that week
Yes,
maybe
and
just
the,
like
the
going in.
mental
Yeah.
anguish. Yes, exactly. But no numbers and nothing
Yeah.
like that. I think that would be spoilers.
Yeah.
Yes. So so stay tuned. Follow with us on this epic fucking journey,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully we will help you help us.
And
pull
also,
through.
actually, before we move on, use the Sketchbook Heroes hashtag
Oh, yeah,
for your
please.
Inktober's too.
Yeah.
So we can actually see the ones that you who listen.
Yes.
Like, so we can follow your Inktober's as well.
Yeah, please.
Like, we've been super bad at following through here with checking that hashtag, although I follow it.
Yeah.
I never see
No,
anything
it never
from it.
pops up.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
maybe-
I follow it too.
Yeah. But we're going to get better at it.
Yeah.
And something we have been thinking about is maybe getting someone that could look over the Sketchbook Heroes Instagram. So if we have if you know someone in Stockholm that listens to this podcast and could sort of, I don't know, be our social media, like Jamie.
Yeah, exactly.
Social media Jamie. We would love that. Like, we still do this for free, but any sort of earnings that we make, you'll be part of as well. Like,
yes.
For the little monies that we manage to scrounge up at times.
Plus all the chances you have to just talk shit about us with the rest of the world.
With the rest of the community.
Yeah.
It would be awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to sort of talk about it a bit more, flesh out what we need. But if anyone sort of I would like to be part of this thing, because Sketchbook Heroes is still growing. It's basically just you and me doing this for fun.
Yeah.
But we would love to have a third person that could help us with the stuff around it, because time.
Yeah, time.
And this is not, we wouldn't require you to do this 8 hours a day.
No, hell no.
It's just every now and then, log in every day if you love using Instagram and you feel that you have us down, like the podcast, the tone of it, and also using social media as a platform. You would be awesome to be our voice in that sort of.
And you are all awesome.
You are all awesome.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes. And with that said,
moving on.
Move on. Pew pew.
Pew, pew. Hi, and we're back.
Hello.
Welcome to the Retro.
Hello.
Where we talk inspiration and
retro.
Retro.
And also news
Inspiretro.
and everything that is.
I am Count Inspiretula. No, fuck it. That didn't work. I tried.
Yeah, it didn't work.
I thought if I just put it out there, the universe would save me.
And
it
it just
didn't
spat in your face.
Fuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so the retro segment, this is where we talk news, inspiration, and good fun times in terms of old or new movies or video games or comic books or books. Or
make
anything.
it weird. Thank you.
That's what I do. It's my gift.
Make it weird.
No.
Yeah, so this week.
This week we have just started discovering the new platform Disney Plus.
Yay.
Yes. So if you out there are thinking about scuffing it,
yes, that's
or
the word.
getting it, or if you like us got it instantaneously when it came out, yes, we're gonna just talk thoughts and
first impression,
disappointments.
And I can start with disappointments
I can
immediately
also
because
start
I
with
only got him to see The Mandalorian.
Yes, exactly.
Stupid Swedish Disney Plus, you
stupid.
sons of bitches.
So annoying. It's been out for a year.
Yeah. I love how we started off organized and then just went crazy. I like it. Now we're back. Sketchbook Heroes.
Yeah, Sketchbook Heroes.
Yeah, they fucked us over.
What the fuck is up with that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why are they thinking we'll gain more people if we don't release the best show that we have? What the fuck is up with that?
Yeah, so I know.
Oh my God.
I was like, okay, now I can catch up.
Exactly.
And I'm on episode 3.
I'm on episode 3 as well.
And they had 2 when I looked. I was like,
yeah. When I got it, they had 2.
Yeah.
And I just upgraded my internet as well. I'm like, I'm going to stream the fuck out of this thing. Yeah, no.
I actually saw get Disney Plus. On Facebook, just the same day, and it was a picture of the Mandalorian. I was like, I need to check the comments.
Yeah,
and it's just that people are always like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Fuck you!" Blah 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 blah. Just people bashing on it.
Good,
and I totally get it.
Yeah, me too. I am one of those people.
There is no point in holding back on that show now.
No,
because the only thing you're making is people going somewhere else to see it.
Exactly, because you only have 2 episodes.
Yeah,
well. Everybody else on the planet has the whole season.
That is so dumb.
I'm sure they have posted that somewhere where I can see it. And fuck you, Disney.
I waited. I held out for you.
Yeah. So
I saved myself.
You haven't. So how far have you seen?
2 episodes.
Oh, that's
what I've seen. Yeah, and then I was like, fuck it. I'll just wait for the service to come out so I can see it properly because the quality was not great.
Yeah.
The porn pop-ups were not great.
Well, they normally help a bit, but no, not
They
this
didn't
time.
No, it was just shit.
Oh my god.
All around. And I just wanted to see the show,
And-
properly.
And now you still have to wait.
And
like
I
10
still
more
have to
weeks.
wait. Yeah.
I don't know how many episodes are in the first season actually.
I
Is
think
it
it's
like
8 or 10.
I think yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
long.
I think 10. I think
Yeah.
10.
So, yeah.
I
Bad
have
move, Disney.
I have seen the full season, so like for me it's
Yarg.
it's not too bad. But I really wanted to see it in good quality, and I wanted to just binge the fuck out of it because last time I saw it, I had to wait weeks
Yeah.
in between. But no, so they did that, and that is yes, it is a shitstorm. I really haven't explored a lot more.
It's actually really cool. Like, I don't really care because I haven't watched anything this
No.
week. Like, what I did with Disney Plus was basically sort of like, oh, they have this movie.
Mhm.
Oh, they have this movie.
Yeah,
Just
that's what I
check
did.
the list,
Yeah.
basically. It had some fun titles, and I just put on one of them, and the sound is really good as well. Like, everything feels like,
It's very good.
yeah.
Even like the whole setup of the next episode thing, like how that sort of begins in
I haven't
15
tried.
seconds.
Okay, I haven't tried that
and
in. Like, I haven't watched any shows. Like, I haven't clicked just movies.
it's all really nice. It's
Mhm.
good. And have you been into the different folders, like the Marvel one? And
Yeah,
all of those?
exactly.
So that's I really like that too.
There's so many.
Yes, but it's just I feel like they don't post all of the content in the feed,
Mm.
and I don't know where to go to get like all
of
of
them?
the.
But I thought it said like
do you
these
have
are
like,
selected titles. That's what it says at the top,
okay?
and then you can choose like all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
So-
I've missed that.
Yeah,
Um,
because in the beginning, if you choose movies, then
Yeah.
it's like selected. Like it says selected, and it just shows a
Oh,
couple.
okay,
And then
okay.
you could somewhere there you could click and get all of them.
okay, because that's what I want to do next. I just want to go and really
But there,
see the full
list
roster.
isn't that huge when it comes
No.
to like movies and stuff. But
I'm assuming they're going to
it's-
be releasing like because obviously they don't want to
licenses,
just like
I don't know.
throw everything out there as well. Like
But
they
there's a
want to
lot.
keep
Yeah.
just like they're doing with Mandalorian. Otherwise, they would have everything right there. So yeah, I'm just I'm thinking that they're holding back on some of the cooler titles.
Maybe.
Like,
But they do have like a lot of the movies that I want
Yeah.
to see now and rewatch and stuff.
yeah,
So.
same. I even wanted to see the Pirates again. Like I haven't seen that in ages.
Oh shit! I saw that this year. Like my kids love those movies.
The first one is awesome.
The first one is the awesome one. The rest of them are just like okay.
Yeah.
Like they're not bad though.
I
like,
haven't seen the last one.
like, I saw it
Yeah?
now with my kids. Yeah.
The one with
I don't even remember.
the ghosty dude, like with the flowy hair.
Flowy hair. What the
Yeah.
fuck did I miss something?
What's his name? He looks like kind of a bull.
Blackbeard?
So mean. No, not Blackbeard.
Blackbeard.
The-
Barbosa.
It's the
Davy Jones. Who
Uh,
else do we have that is a bad guy?
It's so he's the guy in No Country for Old Men, like the hitman in that one. like the scary guy.
Yeah, the
you
guy
know
with the
that?
weird hair.
You can see his face, right?
Yeah,
You
but I
remember
can't see him in Pirates.
By them, something like that.
Yeah, something about them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't remember him being in it.
So he's in the last one.
Which one is the last one? Did we miss one? I don't think so.
It's the one with the gold skull. Have you seen that one?
What the fuck?
I haven't
I
seen
mean,
it.
now I'm confused.
Yeah,
We might have one more movie then. How many are there?
I think 5.
Okay, we've seen 4.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, cool.
So this
Then
is
we might
the
have
last
one more. Yeah.
It's I haven't heard anything about it really.
Yeah, I haven't heard about it at all
Exactly.
apparently.
So
'cause
that's how good it is. I'm assuming.
Jack Sparrow and the Golden Skull movie that I've never heard of.
Exactly.
With Bardem from No Country for Old Men.
yeah.
That's the title of that movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, no, I just loved seeing like, the Mighty Ducks and like all of
Mhm.
those old classics.
Man, they were my childhood.
Oh, yes. So, but I was actually bummed out that they didn't have, or I didn't find at least, the old school DuckTales.
They did not
Because
have.
they
Yeah, they had the
have
new
the-
one.
exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
So that really bummed me out. 'Cause
I'm
that was
wondering
going to
if
be
the-
the first thing that I watched.
Oh, okay, yeah, I love that as a
kinda
kid.
planned it out. I was like, oh man, that's gonna be the first thing that I watch.
Oh man, I loved that show as a kid.
Right?
Yeah. Life is like an avalanche here in Duckburg.
Yeah.
Something airplanes. It's a duck blur. Something I don't know. 'Cause it was a Swedish back then. DuckTales.
Woo! Yeah, so
Cool.
good. So good.
Yeah, it was good.
So I ended up watching Ultimate Spider-Man instead. Yes.
Cool.
Still,
It is actually a fun show.
still fun. Yes. And love that Marvel has a lot of different sort of animated cartoony stuff as well.
Yeah, I saw that they had a couple. I didn't deep dive into
I
it.
think
but
most of them are pretty shit, but yeah.
yeah, they don't they're not the Warner Brother. No, not the which
Yeah,
one?
the Warner
the
Brothers
Warner
ones.
Brothers one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No. No.
No.
Just no. All right. And any other thoughts regarding Disney Plus? Like, what's your...
Dude, I'm so happy because I have kids.
Yes.
And I was
And-
running out of ideas.
And now Disney.
And now I have this, yeah. Because my kids have grown up a bit now. They're 7 and 9, turning 10 and 7.
Dun, dun.
Yeah. So we can watch, like we've seen Deadpool and stuff. And whoa. Some stuff that happens in those movies I was not prepared for.
That's not true. You'd seen them.
Yeah, I know. But then again, I saw them through my eyes without filters. And then I was like, yeah, I think they're fine. And then I watch them. I was like, they're not fine. Hey. But then we've seen Venom. We've seen some other movies that the kids, I would have loved them because I saw so much worse as a kid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Basically any fucking horror movie when we were kids,
I was just gonna say.
they were horrible in all aspects.
Evil Dead.
Yeah.
For instance, like the first one.
Oh shit, we were so young.
Yes. Like all of that.
92 and 91 and 90. No. Fuck, we were not old. Yeah.
We saw everything.
Yes, we were not old.
There were
Holy
no-
dicks.
Yeah. But yeah, I also really enjoyed the National Geographic part of it. It's nice to have that.
I'm a bit curious about that because I've never watched any of those.
You
outside.
need to see Free Solo. That's
Which one is that? The
that's-
climbing one?
Yeah. That's the one they market National Geographic with on the poster.
Okay.
But that and for anybody listening, really, if you haven't seen that one, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's
I've heard
so
good things about it.
fucking crazy. My palms were sweaty like the whole movie.
I think he visited
Joe
Joe
Rogan.
Rogan,
Yeah,
right?
he did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the guy. Yeah, that was good.
Yes.
I was super because I remember him talking on the podcast and me talking to Maria about it.
Yeah. No, it's insane.
Mm.
Like, if anybody doesn't know what a solo, free solo is when you climb a mountain without any
gear.
safety
Yeah.
harness or anything. And this, mountain that he climbs is, one of the most difficult things on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, well, I'll just do it without any safety gear.
Good job.
And and just the whole preparing to do it and all of that stuff. It's so good. I know I've mentioned it in the podcast before, but now if you have Disney Plus, it comes with the National Geographic part of it. So go see it. You have to see it.
Insane.
Yes. So that's a mission for you and wifey. You need to see it.
Cool.
Especially for you climbing a little bit and stuff now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, climbing those 2 times.
It'll motivate you more, I think.
But then again, we also have a thing for next week. I think we don't have to hold back on that.
No, and it is related to Disney.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen it. I haven't checked
don't even know
if
what
it's on Disney
It's
Plus.
on Disney Plus.
So it's,
I saw it there. That's how I came to think of it.
Oh, yeah. So it's the Black Cauldron.
The Black Cauldron, that's what it was called, yeah.
I don't know if it's Taran.
I don't know if that... I think it's just called the Black Cauldron in English.
The Black Cauldron.
In Sweden, they just wanted, to change it.
Yeah.
I don't know, for our demographic.
It sounds so much more Disney.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the cool thing about this movie. Do you remember anything about this movie? Because we haven't,
yes,
I've seen it.
I do remember stuff from it, because I think I rewatched it with my daughter at some point when she was really small.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all very dim.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch it sort of, like we do when we watch something for this show.
Yeah.
There's the critic, and then there's the dad, watching stuff.
Yeah. No, and this, I mean, so unless you didn't get that Elias said it, it is homework for next week, just so you get a heads up for the movie we're going to be talking about then.
So you have so you have the opportunity to watch it with us, or watch it and then know what the fuck we're talking about, and maybe understand the points that we're making about it.
Exactly. Maybe so you can laugh at the jokes that we will be making. Talking about.
And also, just it's more fun when you've seen it with fresh eyes as well.
Exactly. And I've seen it kind of recently.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't have specifics at all. I don't even.
I fell asleep halfway through, so I don't remember how it ends.
I think I as a kid thinking back, I think I remember loving it because it was so dark and grim.
Exactly.
And
I remember loving it for sure. But
is it Don Bluth?
No, but it kind of feels like it.
It feels like it, right?
Because that's the thing. It took me ages to find out that it was a Disney movie.
Yeah, dude.
I had it on VHS, but I never actually thought of it as a Disney movie. It was just a really good sort of fantasy flick.
But oh man, I remember
and I know the bad guy, the horny one. What's his name? The horned one, I think.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but he's such a badass character. He's so dark,
and he's dark.
Yeah. With there's dead people in it, and there's he's trying to wake up the dead and make the undead army. And take over.
There's no holding your hand like other Disney movies and protecting you from the bad people and stuff.
So yeah, but I know that this movie went to shit.
Yeah,
Disney didn't make any money off of this, and it's they're sort of what's it called?
We could check some stuff before or after.
Probably. I'm sure there's a lot of good stuff about this movie.
Yeah, because I haven't checked up on any of it.
No.
I'm very curious to see if it still holds up.
Yeah,
if I could watch it with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because of, or if it's just slow and boring,
I am
never
sure
know.
It's slow and boring.
But I remember liking it. That's the thing, and I watched it several times, rented it, on several occasions just because I love the bad guy, and the effects in that movie feel more like Back to the Future with the lightning and stuff. It feels like that's sort of how I'm seeing it. It was more of this sort of playful effects with the magic and stuff. I that's how I remember it. Let's see what it actually delivers on.
But yeah, no, it'll be.
But fun. All the 80s movies had these 2D cartoony looking sort of animations on top of them.
Oh yeah,
basically. And I love that.
Yeah.
That aesthetic is so pleasing to me growing up in that era, but we'll see.
Yeah. That'll be fun. It'll be fun. I love when we get to watch good movies.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
No more Blood Quantum here.
Blood Quantum.
Speaking of that, I watched Red Line was the other movie that we were
going to watch.
Yeah, so Elias picked out two, and he had to decide which one of them that we were going to watch. So last week we watched Blood Quantum, and it was horrible, but also okay. And then I watched today the other one. It's called Red Line, and it's made by the same director who did Ninja Scroll, amongst other things. And it was another meh.
But didn't the guy in the shop tell you that it was cool?
Yeah, he did.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah, I
that's how you sell shit.
He's a bigger geek than I am.
Yep.
But it's it feels like watching a video game, pretty much. It's all about this race.
Yeah.
And they're racing cars that are super jacked up with jet engines and stuff, and it takes place in the future and on different planets with aliens here and there and la 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 la. And yeah, it's meh. That's what it is.
All this is meh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Actually, you made me think of the movie. Remember Titan AE or
AE.
something like that?
AE, yeah.
I wonder how that movie holds up today.
I have that on DVD somewhere.
Maybe
Future.
it's not Disney, right?
No, that's DreamWorks.
Is it DreamWorks? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Or maybe something else.
A bit curious about that one because I remember liking the sort of play. I remember nothing about it.
It's still on a lot of lists of like best
Underrated.
sort of the
Best
movies
underrated movie.
like the ones you haven't seen, sort of sci-fi.
Okay, yeah,
and stuff.
'cause I saw that a million times.
Yeah,
Still
me too.
don't remember shit.
It's probably that one of those old DVDs that I'm not able to play in the PlayStation anymore. I wouldn't be surprised. But I mean that one should be really easy to get.
Maybe.
So future retro, I think definitely.
Yeah.
What else? Have you seen anything else this week?
Dude, I have seen nothing. Like I've been drawing like crazy. That's something I wanted to talk about earlier.
No,
but
don't
I've
talk
been
about art.
I've been so like wrapped up in drawing. Like I've done like this week I've done 2 draw this in your style, or like I started last week, but I mean last week I did them.
Yeah.
I did 2 of them, and I've just been so into drawing that I haven't been able to do anything else. Like, I think I drew last week. I drew almost 4 drawings.
Nice.
Like starting with that Friday, then the Friday 2 weeks ago, and 3 weeks ago listening to this.
Yeah, I saw your matte drawing.
Yeah, exactly. That went a bit too dark.
Matt
Like
Anderson draws. I would have just lowered the shadow.
The shadow
a little bit more, or raised it up in the back a bit, because now there is a slight difference.
I know.
But
I picked up on it.
Yeah.
But
that was the only thing. Otherwise, I really, really liked it. And I want to do it myself too. But
no, it just got too dark though. Like when I see it on the phone, it's so tiny and so like everything is.
What the fuck? You and your stupid phone.
But that wasn't my phone.
Yeah, it's your phone.
It can be your phone.
No, my phone is on flight mode.
Oh.
Yep.
It's my phone.
Yep.
Never mind. But yeah, I just went too dark everywhere. Like even the place that is like not in shadow entirely, like in this dim lit area, it feels too dark. Like the contrast is not strong enough. To.
It still looks good.
No, it's not. It's not bad. It's just for the future, I need to work on that contrast more, so that the stuff that is visible is truly visible.
Yeah.
Like maybe check your phone earlier. Like check a small version. Now I have it on the fucking Procreate 5X beta that I was going to talk about on Tools today. It's out by the time you hear this.
But it's so cool that you got to try out the beta.
Like every year.
Like every year.
Yeah, like every year.
But that they actually sort of promoted you a little bit. That was nice. I saw their Instagram post. Like,
what?
Yeah, Procreate was like, Ilias is trying a new beta.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Or maybe it was just Sketchbook.
Maybe that was mine?
Yeah, maybe that was yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
well, fuck it.
No, I just saw it as Procreate had posted it.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know, at least.
Anyways.
I didn't see it.
Still cool.
Still cool.
Yes.
It's always cool. It's always fun to try everything before everyone else.
Good. So how much better is it?
It's so much better.
Yeah?
No, it has awesome features.
So have they solved like all of... I can't... Really
I didn't have any issues, so they haven't solved them.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, probably not.
No, but there are some things that I've been thinking about now that would be cool to have that I'm going to suggest. So.
Interesting. Yeah. I wish, because for some reason everybody sees me as this Procreate expert. So they're like asking me all of these crazy questions.
What
like,
are they asking you?
How do you do this and this and this and this? And I can't remember a single one of those this and thises. And that would have been really helpful now, because I could have given them to you and you could have given them to them, and then they could
Everything
have made
would have been
better,
fine. Well, you can always refer them back to me.
Yeah.
Like ask this guy.
Yeah. And in terms of me watching other stupid stuff, it's only been The Boys and Disney.
Yeah, and you restarted watching The Boys, so
yes. So I'm exactly back to where
you were,
where I was when season 2 came out. And I saw the first 2 episodes, and I still have only seen the first 2 episodes.
And I've only seen the first 3.
Yeah.
Now there should be 5, right? Because last week,
last week was 4. Yeah, last week was 4.
Yeah, that's true.
So 4 or 5.
4 or 5. But I think when this comes out, there's 5.
Yes. So
that's how it works.
Good.
And yeah, confusing.
So confusing. But yeah, for me, only like work, and trying to be social at home and stuffs.
That's good.
Yeah. It's a give and a take. But yeah, so I think with that said,
yes,
let us
move
throw
on.
some darts.
Yeah, we got to throw darts.
We got
one bullseye each now.
Yeah,
that's how we get to start the podcast.
Exactly.
So now we need to get 2 bullseyes or 1 each to go home.
Yes.
So thanks for tuning in.
Thank you so much.
And for everyone new,
yes,
thank you for sticking to the end
so much. I know it's a piece of work.
Yes.
So we really appreciate it. Everybody who made it to the very end. So maybe now you're like 5 or 6 people. So
exactly.
We're growing steadily. Yes. And normally we do have way more nerdy stuff that we talk about. It's just been really slow these last weeks. I don't know what's happened.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know. Usually I'm I haven't seen anything, and then I've seen 4 to 5 things.
Yeah.
But no. I've literally seen nothing. I went into Disney Plus and I tried some stuff just to see the quality and sound and stuff. That's all.
Yeah. And same here. And I do sleep more now rather than stay up and smoke
so
a
do
lot of
I.
weed. So
I've been able to keep that up.
Yeah, me too.
So that is good.
It feels good. Feels good. But I do miss the little bit of more alone time that I get in the evenings. Yeah. But fuck it. Sleep is good.
But fuck it.
But
that's where we end this.
That's
where we end the show.
Yes. Thank you all.
Thank you all for tuning in.